So shouldn't we split that into two parts? So a list of
Hmm.
opportunities available is from within the community as well as from anywhere in the
Yeah,
world.
correct. Okay, list of all the skill set available in the community, people who are ready to work, in what areas they can work. Okay, what is their expertise level? Just starting or expert level? Okay. Seeing the skill set available, people might get sparks, ideas, motivation on how to utilize the skill set for their own benefit and for the benefit of community. Okay. Is there more to it?
Yeah,
People
one more
who
point.
people who need help mentoring for their own ideas. Example, someone wants to start a business but have blockage somewhere and starting it can approach WorkX. Or if they've already started one but don't know how to register it or take it formal legal, can take help from one who's already got that stuff done. Got it. So this talks about three things broadly. One is to collate the opportunities. The second thing is to prepare a list of skill sets that people have and at what level, right? So it's like kind of like, I think with the first 2 points, there might be intention of doing matchmaking. And the third point is anybody who needs help can reach out and people in the WorkX can do it. And some of these ideas did come up in the initial discussions of WorkX.
Yeah.
These discussions, in the initial, when the WorkX group was forming. And I think the path that we kind of converged on to take in the WorkX group was that it will be, first of all, open to anybody in the community, be it kid or be it an adult. And uh, and there will be a team of volunteers or mentors, who would be mentoring anybody in the community who wants help with any WorkX opportunity. So WorkX includes internship, volunteering, doing a part-time job, running a business, doing a full-time job, right? So any kind of work related thing where you actually work with the external world uh, is called a WorkX. And in a WorkX, anybody, one can need help at any stage of the WorkX, right? You might need help with, let's say, finding an opportunity. In some cases, somebody would already know the opportunity, but want to prepare for the interview. They would need help with that. In some cases, one would have already gotten into internship, but is not able to manage the stress and the deadline. Probably they need help there. Some people might not be even aware how should they start. They have some idea about their interest, but then can that really translate into securing a working opportunity, right? So everybody would have would be unique in terms of how they need help. So we decided that the WorkX team will not have a templatized way of supporting people, but rather anybody can can reach up to this team of mentors and kind of specify what exactly where they're looking help, and a team of mentors, and we can assign one particular mentor to each such person who's seeking help. So it will be one-to-one kind of mentoring. So this way, even the mentor would know, like weekly or maybe twice a week, this mentor will follow up with this person and update the rest of the WorkX mentor on how the things are going on. And to move forward, I think one thing before we break out for summer, one thing that we thought was that we will start with a weekly meeting of the WorkX mentors. So WorkX mentor would have few, I would say, things to do in as part of their job role. First is to definitely, of course, mentor. The second part is to also spread the awareness about WorkX in the community, create excitement in the community, right? So this thing already started in the month of April, where I think Ratnesh, you and Aditi talked about it in the opening circle, got people familiarized about the concept of WorkX and make it seem possible for them. People at any level can participate into WorkX. So this will be also one of the job role description for the WorkX mentors. So the proposal was that the WorkX mentors meet once a week. All those 5-6 mentors come together. They meet once a week, and in that half an hour or 1 hour meeting, what will be the agenda? The agenda will be to first of all plan the awareness activity that can be done for this month, right? And the awareness activity can be like every week. This team of WorkX mentors can post top three most exciting internship opportunities, so it'd be like a teaser for the community. So every week we can just shortlist out of the many opportunities that the community is crowdsourcing in the WorkX channel. They can just pick top 3 and kind of and post them in the announcement section every week, right? Or we can create some workshops like how to write CVs, or how to crack interviews, or how to market oneself, how to create a brand on Instagram, right? So we can have those short workshops. So besides educating the community, it will also kind of create more awareness about WorkX seeking. And there can be more awareness of activities. For example, once people start taking up the internships, then inviting those people and asking them to talk about their experience, right? That can be another awareness activity. So we can plan about this monthly awareness activity in this weekly WorkX mentors meeting. Another thing that we can do is the WorkX mentor team would also be responsible for creating a directory of available internship opportunities, right? Or any WorkX opportunities, because the community members, all of them in the channel, right? And something that was posted about 2 weeks back would still be open right now, and something which was posted yesterday would have closed right now, right? And also sometimes people just paste a link and they are actually in the link, right? So kind of putting them in an Excel sheet becomes very easy for the community to go through that, and we'll also manage this spreadsheet in a very crowdsourced fashion, which means that if one of the community member reaches out to that internship opportunity person and finds out that company is not looking for this internship, that opportunity is closed, then that person will, then this person can update the spreadsheet.
Right.
It's not only the WorkX mentor who have to update this, right? So we can also every week in this weekly WorkX mentors meet, we can also review this internship opportunity to see if it is up to date and all the opportunities posted in the WorkX channel have been updated there. And each of the WorkX mentor would have their own sources of collecting. We would not just rely on the community posting the WorkX channel. For example, I created a few LinkedIn search filters which can show up the internship opportunities for high school students or college going students without any high pre-qualification. So that is my source. Some people would have some other source. So we can all input from that source into that directory. So that is the second thing in the agenda. The thing can be if during the week, if somebody posted that, I need a mentor and this is what, I need help with. I want to learn this. I want to upskill this. I want to figure things out. So in that review, we can discuss, okay, which mentor has how much bandwidth left now and who can, so who should we assign this person to, that will be fixed. And the mentorship for the mentorship need not happen in this weekly meeting. The mentorship will happen offline between that mentor and that person. It can happen, over phone call. It can happen over chat, whatever is comfortable with these two people, right? So there's no template there. And the last bit, I kind of took notes. I thought I would just talk through them and then I would invite your feedback also on that. And the last agenda item in this weekly meeting can be, since every mentor would be mentoring 1 or 2 people. So these mentors can also share updates, that what is going on with these mentees. So other mentors can also learn that maybe one mentor is able to connect with the mentee well. So maybe those tactics can be shared with the other mentor. Sometimes the mentees they're not coming to those one-to-one meetings, then other mentors can probably help them out. So so mentoring updates, basically. Yeah. That's all.
So I see that the mentoring itself is something that we need to learn. At least I need to learn because I'm not aware of ways to look for internship or what all challenges might come. I don't know, but I'm excited to get in and learn. So there could be some challenges for us itself or within the community. How many can really mentor even within the team? How many really are up to that state of mentoring someone when a challenge comes, when they're looking for internship, how far we can help. That itself could be learning for us. So initially, maybe we need to build that capability as a team, so that we become capable to help people who come and ask for such help.
So that's a good point. And probably this can be the fifth agenda item in our list. In the weekly meeting, probably we can dedicate about 10 hours, 10 minutes talking about this. And all of those people, kind of all the mentors who need some more mentoring on mentorship can stay back, and we can discuss this. Actually, nobody's an expert, so maybe I would learn something from some other mentor, some other mentor would learn something from me. Like I can probably talk about how to do the job search from different sources. Few resume templates I can talk about.
Such knowledge sharing we could do.
Yeah.
So that it will help us to do our job better.
Yeah.
So do we already have the directory? I saw some links where Aditi shared some Google Doc or something to document the opportunities. I guess. Are we already doing it, or should we start it from scratch now?
So Aditi did share, Aditi shared and some access with me. I wanted to create a spreadsheet in the Arohi's Google account, so that's a central place where we can manage this. And I did create a basic spreadsheet with about 4 opportunities I put there. This was, I think, a couple of months back. And then I did not update it because this whole WorkX thing was taking shape, and we were not sure if we are going down the directory path, because back then the only agenda of this WorkX mentor was to maintain this directory, and then it expanded later on. So now we can resume working on that spreadsheet. I can share that. Let me see. Is that should be in the WorkX channel? Yeah, WorkX channel. Go to the WorkX channel description.
Oh, okay.
We can look at that later. I'm saying,
yeah.
So that's definitely one of the directory of available opportunity is already Atul has done some work. So we just need to take it. The team needs to take it forward. Yeah. I think the skill set point is also interesting. So shall we add that to this list? What should we call it? Skill set directory or whatever. So part of the directory is one is of the opportunities, and one is what are the skills that the community has, especially from the point of view of those who are looking for. So I would say skill sets / domain. So let's say somebody is interested in photography, like Abhilash, I think you were taking that example, or somebody was taking yesterday. So if we know that Abhilash is getting interested in photography, and he may not be ready for the internship, but we know that that's an area that he is getting into, so we can put that. So then we can then we can connect that skill set, and let's say we see an opportunity or we think of an opportunity. So we connect with Abhilash saying, hey, Abhilash, you are interested in photography. Would you like to do an internship? So that way we are able to, if it's in front of us, then we are able to see, okay, this skill we can look for an opportunity, or this skill we can look for.
But Ratnesh, I think that might already be happening in some way, because all the Abhilashas in the community who are into photography would already be part of the photography club or photography channel, right? And whenever we find a relevant opportunity, we post it there.
Yeah, ideally, Atul, in ideal state, we would know of everything, right? But somehow that ideal state never reaches. For some people, for example, I may know that, okay, let's say, for example, I may know what Advay is interested in because he's verbal, vocal, he shares what he's doing and so on and so forth. But there could be some children whom I might not even know that, okay, they are getting into this deeply. Okay. Let's say an example was Shaunak. That he was getting interested into cricket was not a direct information any one of us had. And only on prodding him and all that happened. And then their parents specifically came here And then we had a long discussion of 2-3 hours with them. Then it came about that he wants to go into cricket seriously. Then we discussed the broad plan of what he can do in Coimbatore. And then we said, okay, let's start getting into cricket clubs and stuff like that. So it took some amount of work just to unearth that okay, he is interested really. It is not just a, just a thing mujhe cricket khelna hai, it's not just at a very exploration level, but he's getting more deeper into it. So I think ideally everybody should be expressing freely. I like this, but not everybody.
No, I meant like Shaunak would, like Abhilash ka example lete hain. Abhilash, if Abhilash is into photography, he would have joined the photography channel, right? So if we find an internship opportunity in photography, I will just post it in the photography channel. So that way, everybody in the community who's into photography will get to know about that opportunity, right?
Yeah,
Atul,
but another thing is,
yes,
there may not be a channel at all.
Okay.
And he might be the first guy.
Yeah.
And he may not be that outspoken or that kind of attitude where he, goes out and asks for a club and things like that.
Okay.
So that I see a lot also. Like a lot of kids don't openly tell, right? So
correct.
In my experience, Atul, it is, as I said, ideally I would like everybody to share and we all be aware of it, or they be checking all the channels. But since it doesn't happen that way for reasons, Abhilash, it's a good idea to have that skill set.
Correct.
Also, one of the things which I think Nivedita was also mentioning was that suppose she has some work, which is her business work. Let's say Nivedita runs a business. So she needs some, let's say, help in something. Now, if she knows that there are already people in community who are interested or in those domains, then it's much easier for her to connect with them and say, hey, will you do this for me? Which becomes an internship in a way. But otherwise, if she wouldn't know, she may not even think about it, and she will only do it or give it to some outsider, and we will lose that opportunity.
Got it.
So even
the skill set directory can enable that.
Yeah, in some ways,
Correct.
since I knew that in electronics you are doing the LDR circuit, I jumped upon it that for campus, please do it. And you guys very sweetly agreed to do it.
Is it still working?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Working very fine. We did a little more rewiring to make it function for us better, which we did day before yesterday with complete novice people who have never done electric wiring before. So the project gave rise to further. So what I'm trying to say is let's keep this. I think this idea is important because that will just help us, the WorkX team, to do the mapping. From availability to desired, meaning people who need it. If we can see, finally, there is no point in having a big, list if we are not able to map it to people and people don't end up taking it. Meaning,
correct. I was.
So that's one challenge we will have to work out by. I'm even proposing maybe either like how you said weekly. So I like that weekly part. That maybe in the opening circle or something, we have a small pocket of time where one of the WorkX team mentors is available for anybody to say, hey, I want something in this area. Can you help me? So and every time we remind the community, hey, in the opening circle, there will be one mentor available for 10 minutes. Let's say 10:50 to 11 o'clock. Go into that breakout room and chit chat with that mentor to see what are you looking for. Because even for parents,
that's a good idea.
Concept of internship and all is new. Not many people are totally aware how internship can be done or what can my child do and so on. So we may even need to handle not just the children, but also the parents.
Correct. I agree. And that's a good idea. And since, we have a bunch of things that the WorkX mentors would do every week, like awareness activities, maintaining the directories, and So I think in that WorkX mentor, I think we will also rotate this responsibility. If you would have if we have 5 to 6 mentors, then we'll kind of every week will change that this week you will be representing the WorkX mentors in the opening circle. That way everybody will get to share the responsibility instead of one person doing it all, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you think the WorkX team needs to do?
Should we should we decide on the regular meeting time for us, for the team to meet? Like there are few things that we wanted to discuss, right? Regularly.
Yeah, you both are working. So you suggest a time commonly suitable. People like me will work around that time. So you have to see your schedules.
Yeah. So we can probably work this out, Abhilash, in the WorkX channel. The WorkX channel can be that channel for the internal working of the mentors, and all the job opportunities will then move to the spreadsheet, so that the community members don't have to scroll through the entire channel to find a relevant opportunity, right? So that will move to spreadsheet, and this channel we can use for internal discussion. And also, I think this time suggestion, like time slot deciding through voting and all that, this is a very common, I would say, need. Even for deciding the time for this meeting, we had to do it. Is there any good tool, Ratnesh, that like normally what I do is that I write this message and give 3-4 options as 1, 2, 3, 4, ask people to vote it. You click on one smiley, two smiley.
Yeah, I think that's the best.
Yeah,
I find that to be the most because sometimes people will say, when are we meeting? But that doesn't help. Right? If you give 2-3 suggestions, then people can choose and we can move ahead and close it. Yeah. So
correct. And it goes by majority, right? So yeah. So we'll do the same thing, Abhilash, for this also, right?
Okay.
And Ratnesh, can you pass on that list of all the people who have joined this WorkX team so that we can tag them in this message of when we are meeting next?
I have already posted the notes.
Tag is already there, right?
Yeah, tag is there. Everybody is part of the tag. That's where
awesome.
I also looked up the tag to see who are.
Okay. Good. And Abhilash will also announce about it in the announcement section. So once we internally the people who are already part of this WorkX DL, once we internally decide when are we meeting, then we'll announce about that meeting in the announcement section also, because there might be more people who want to join the WorkX mentors, right?
Yeah. WorkX team, yeah. So within the WorkX team, there will be WorkX mentors who will be separate, who will take up the role of mentoring, but not everybody needs to take up the role of mentoring. Some could just be people who are sourcing more opportunities and stuff like that. Because there are also children who are part of the WorkX team. It's not just us who are. So I'm saying within the team, some people will take the role of mentoring and some people will take up other roles. We'll see how it evolves.
Correct. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, got it. So yeah, I think we should start with a rough idea and see how it evolves. That's a better strategy, because sometimes when we start things with so much defined and fixed,
yes.
Then
this
we end up changing.
This is a good enough start. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a little upon what we discussed yesterday. We were talking about learning cohorts. So I would put in a note also so that everybody doesn't need to listen to the recording, but just to give you a heads up. So we are trying to work on basically group of people who are interested in one area, form a cohort. And then that cohort makes up a bigger plan, let's say a 6-month or a year plan, in which they have slots for different things. Let's say they including a slot for internship. And let's say other slots could be coming to campus together and doing some intense work, or getting a coach to coach them for, let's say, 2-3 weeks, do something, an intense workshop with them, and so on and so forth. So the learning cohort, with the help of a support group, will map out, plan, and execute let's say a 6 to 8 month to 1 year learning program for themselves.
Okay.
Almost like you can say it is a college without it being a college. So this group is the classroom. They have a support group, which are not teachers or experts, but supporting them. And as a group, they are then doing different things. They could be doing a course. They could be doing live projects. They could be doing internships, and so on and so forth. Almost like going to a college without actually going to a college.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
pretty interesting.
yeah. So that's the concept we were discussing
that's very
yesterday.
interesting. Yeah.
You missed that meeting yesterday. So we are calling it learning cohorts. Co-learning cohorts, sorry, not learning cohorts, co-learning cohorts, primarily driven by, and they can be in different domains. So we already have a design team. So the design can be one domain already. So the WorkX team will have to then work with the cohort to get them the kind of opportunity that they need.
Correct. Yes,
so that
makes sense.
I'm just putting that because that the cohort support WorkX team will play an important role, especially for the internships and even for projects and all, to get them some live projects, even them participating in competition. So basically they're learning that domain, but totally hands-on. And with outside people supporting them in many different ways.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a good concept. And how would the cohorts be forming? Like, would the community members form it just among themselves, or there will be a trigger that you'll be giving?
Yeah, so again, I don't have an answer. I given the concept. So let's see how it evolves. The first is the design cohort, which is like almost already functional. So we'll just take it to the next level of planning for the next 1 year and putting things together and mapping it out. Okay, so if they have a clear roadmap, this date to this date, they want internships, then we know when to look for. We can pitch to companies, would you take interns and stuff like that. And simultaneously, I will see if there are other people ready to form a cohort, and So yeah, the next, I think the reason I wanted to verbally tell you was that because these are so closely connected to WorkX also. So just look out and participate in these discussions. We just had one session, first kind of discussion yesterday. So I'll get this activated, and then we'll see how we can at least start in 2-3 different domains. Coding was another one in my mind. Coding group, writers cohort, coding cohort, and design cohort. If we start with 2-3 cohorts, I think that's a good start. And then we can have more and more cohorts as we have more and more members ready to deep dive into an area.
Correct. Yeah, cohort. I mean, I think that cohort is also, as you said, that cohort is like a mini college, but it's also like a mini company, right? If you have 5-6 people who have formed a cohort to build a website, you can actually take commercial projects,
Absolutely.
And this team will execute it. And the money that comes, maybe some money can go to ROE contribution, and some money they can keep, whatever
they can keep the whole money.
Whatever the cohort decides.
Yes, exactly. So the design team, the first project that they got paid for, they only, meaning I very clearly told them that, guys, you divide the money, you keep it. It's all your work. We didn't do anything. So they divided the money, they kept it. And one of the members Anuj gave her contribution to ROE because she said, I don't need the money. But the others were, for them, it was like the first salary or the first income in their life. So that was a big thing. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So that is why this can leverage from expertise to enterprise. Where people can see that progression and, okay, now we can start earning, they can, how to take it forward. And this experience of a cohort, they can portfolio it in detail and then use it for if they want to look for a job or something as a subsequent enterprise level action.
Correct.
So that is the idea.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'll be buzzing about it a lot in the next few weeks and get this going. So let's see how that moves. So you will anyway see it in Discord, I'm sure. I will not let you miss it.
And come to think of it, actually, we are running the electronics club also like a cohort, because we have a bunch of people who are doing the course together. And we're not taking new people anymore. Like once the course has started, maybe after, maybe another batch of course will start, maybe, in 1 or 2 months delay. And that will be another cohort that can take up this course.
So that's the other thing that people like you and Prashant, who is doing the coding course, you guys keep an eye out for that. Okay, now this, out of this bigger group, this smaller group is developing into an expertise level. And it's time to now form their cohort and get them into full energy. Maybe 6 months from now, maybe a year from now. We don't know when the group will be ready. So maybe right now they're at an exploration stage, which the club is doing awesome, right? But at some time, some of them will be ready for the next level. And
Yep, yeah.
that's where people like you can sense it that, okay, now let's jump into the cohort.
Yep.
So then the club may continue for more new people getting exposed, but these group can go on to the more deeper level.
Correct. Yep. Makes sense. Yep.
ठीक है. So that's pretty cool.
ठीक है. Anything else we want to discuss? Or so आपने Ratnesh, you have posted everything in the chat.
I've also posted it in the WorkX group as well as the CommCare.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's good. That's what I was about to say. ठीक है.
So I think I've not made the weekly meeting point. So since both of you are there quickly, if you can at least tell us one day, then I'll propose that as the day. What day suits you for a weekly meeting of WorkX team?
No, that I will, I or Vilash will post it.
Okay, you
in the
post
WorkX
it
channel
with the
and get the
options.
vote. Yeah, and with the option, get the people to vote. Yeah.
Super. Okay, then it's good. We are good.
Okay, then I think we are good, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay.